Well, friends, as you can tell, Clemson Tom and Stingray ain't here, so I'm taking over the show. I got my lovable and adorable cousin Rafael and the man, the myth, the legend, Clacker. Today we're going to talk about Ole Miss seeing the old friend. Can LSU even compete with Alabama? And, of course, in honors of Clemson Tom, we're going to talk about Florida State losing to Clemson right here on the 3rd and 3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 3rd and 3. And as you can tell, I'm still smoking my cigar because we beat Tennessee, and that's all that matters. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, I'd like to introduce y'all my lovable cousin Rafael, and then the one and only Clacker. Clacker, how you doing over there?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. You know, you're better looking than Clemson Tom.
Do what?
I said you're better looking than Clemson Tom.
Hey, appreciate it. You know, if y'all were on the live the other night, y'all would have heard he had some pretty bad takes. So wish we could have him on here to hash out those bad takes, but unfortunately we can't. But just know he had some pretty bad takes on our live the other night.
What kind of takes?
Yeah, we got to talking about recruiting and stuff, and he made the comment he would pretty much not take any player from California at all, no matter what. I hate to break it to him, but the top two people in the Heisman race right now are from California. So, Clemson fans, don't let facts stand in your way. But let's not let facts get in our way. But
Clemson Tom, if you're watching this, you've been challenged, ladies and gentlemen.
The guy who wins the Heisman is going to be from California, but I guess Clemson doesn't like Heisman winners. They can certainly use one this year.
Well, Clemson Tom doesn't like anything called knowledge, so
wow.
Excuse him. Rafael,
that's like the white glove being smacked.
Rafael.
Yes, sir.
What's up?
What's going on with you, man? What's been going on is I'm fascinated with the Hugh Freeze story.
We're going to be talking about that, but before we get to the Hugh Freeze, what the
That's a tongue tangler.
Ladies and gentlemen, hey, before we get started, let's talk to our girl, Jacqueline. Jacqueline, go ahead and take it away.
Hey, guys. Rafael. Are you on the show, too? Dude, where the hell have you been? I mean, it's not like you're Clacker, so not expecting to see you, but pleasantries. Joey? Always good to see you. Joey's got a big heart. At least that's what his cardiologist says. Honestly, between the big heart and the big head, we're just glad you're seeing somebody about these things, because, we're worried about you. Let's get into the news. It'll be the return of Liberty head coach Hugh Freeze, head coach of Ole Miss. Let's spill some tea. In 2017, Hugh Freeze resigned from Ole Miss when scandal broke, revealing multiple academic and recruitment violations, as well as the use of a university cell phone to contact escort services during his 5-year tenure starting in 2012. Fun fact, burner phones came out in 2012. Just saying. In 2015, Freeze helped Ole Miss beat Alabama and make number 3 on the AP poll. It's not clear how Ole Miss fans are going to feel about the return of Freeze. Some may actually give him the cold shoulder. However, he'll still probably be better than Tommy Tuberville. On to Alabama, who will host LSU this week. Usually this would be the game to watch. However, this LSU is not the LSU of past. And since this is Coach O's last season as head coach of LSU, the question remains. Will LSU beat number 3 Alabama, like Texas A&M did, or are they phoning it in? Hello? Can you hear me now? It's just a bad reception. And straight from the litter box, Clemson Tom's favorite ACC team, which beat fellow rival ACC Florida State, and this week is 4-4 with Louisville. With recruits coming in from all across the country, it's a busy week. And Coach Scott Satterfield is hoping for a big crowd at Cardinal Stadium. He's hoping for a lot of support for this team, and this is what he had to say. We need to have our fans to be here, to be loud, to be engaged into the game. we have to encourage the fans to come out and support us. That'll be awesome for the recruits to come in and see a big crowd and hear how loud we are and what a great environment this is to be in. Honestly, if you're going to a football game, aren't you supposed to be loud? Not hole 3 at the Masters. Until next time, be good to each other. And Joey, quit eating your kids' Halloween candy, for goodness sake.
All right. Well, Jacqueline brought it up. And before we start talking about this, we got a clip from the press conference that Stingray was actually a part of. So let's go ahead and roll that clip right here.
Let's go to Stephen Ray in Tuscaloosa, part of the Stingray Show.
Coach, how are you, sir?
What's going on, Stingray?
I'm doing good, man. Listen, what is your message going to be for the team this week as you guys prepare to head down to Oxford?
Yeah, I talked to him this morning. On Mondays when I always introduce kind of the theme of the week. And then I went a little long this morning, about 30 minutes, and just talking about being present in the moment. And that life truly is a game of inches.
Yeah.
And I shared with them truthfully my true feelings about that place and the people there and my time there, and but at the same time how thankful I am to be with them here on the mountain, and that I'm so excited. These last 3 games, man, we've got great opportunities, and opportunities don't always go your way, but man, it's fun to prepare and try to do that. And so I'm just thankful that the families that make up this staff, including mine, and our kids, that we get to be present in the moment. And let's be present today, tomorrow, and then for certain, Saturday, let's stand well together.
Thank you, Coach, and go Flames.
Thank you. You're looking good, man.
Yes.
I'm proud of you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So, Stingray, thank you, Stingray, for being part of that press conference. Clacker, what do you got to think? What do you think about this game, Ole Miss Liberty?
I think it's going to be a fun game. I'm looking forward to it. I will be in Tuscaloosa, so I probably won't get to see it. But, Hugh Freeze going to the place where he really got his start at. It's going to be a fun game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Lane Kiffin's going to get in his own way, trip over his own 2 feet, do something stupid. Going to keep it a close game, but in the end, I think Ole Miss runs away with it. I don't think Malik Willis is going to have a chance in this one. But I'm looking forward to see what Hugh Freeze does in his return to Oxford. Going to be interesting to see how the fans respond to him coming back after all that went down. If it was me, I'd be booing him like crazy, but that's just me. I'm looking forward to it and see what happens.
Why would you be booing the coach that took care of his players?
I mean, come on, he got him on probation, got him in a lot of trouble. They had a downfall after that. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't care what he did. He got him in a lot of trouble. He took that program down a while. They're still not back to what they were. They hadn't even come close to beating Alabama. What is there to be happy about?
What do you mean? Let me ask you this: who do you think Ole Miss fans hate most, Coach Freeze or Tommy Tuberville?
Tommy Tuberville. I mean, don't even get me started on Tommy Tuberville. I don't think that guy knows what planet he's on, but that's a discussion for another day. Not a fan of his. The man can't keep a job for 2 seconds, but
he's got a job now, so
we'll see how long that lasts. We'll see how long that lasts.
Go ahead, Cal. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
I mean, the man's like, I wouldn't leave. The only way I'm leaving here is if you put me in a pine box, and then 2 weeks later, he's out the door. I mean, come on. Like, what? Why? I wouldn't give him the time of day, but I mean, I guess that's just coaching. That's just how it goes.
Well, Rafael, you're the king of escorts. You tell me, Mr. Partier, what do you think about a coach that did what he did at Ole Miss and put the program on probation, but now he's going to start back at Liberty College. He's coming back to Ole Miss for the first time ever. How do you think the fans are going to react?
I think the fans are going to be mostly cheering and screaming for Mr. Freeze. So he had a few missteps. Who's hasn't used their buddy's phone to call an escort. It's really not a big thing. You know, if you go back in any person's history, the skeletons in their closet, you know, Martin Luther King with white woman, Gandhi drank his own piss. People make mistakes. I think everybody's going to forget about the little incidents with Freeze and a little slap in the wrist for the football incidents and move on.
Okay, well, I mean, he was actually, if I'm correct, Clacker, help me out here. He was actually helping the players get the escorts.
Allegedly.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Allegedly.
right.
Allegedly.
That's right. But he also had a burner phone himself, you know, the way he did it. But yeah, that's right.
Who doesn't have a burner phone?
I don't. I ain't got nothing to hide.
You're calling hookers from your own phone? What's the matter with you?
I don't think I've called a hooker in my life. That ain't. I mean, you know,
Joseph, get on the phone. Get him an agent.
The show might have, but that ain't me.
Well, Rafael, well, that's one game down. Let's go ahead and talk about the game that we all want to look forward to, Alabama and LSU. Now, anytime you get Alabama and LSU on the field, I don't care what the record is, it's going to be a good game. What do you see? Clacker, you first. What do you see LSU doing against Alabama? You think it's going to be a game?
It's not going to be a game. I mean, you know, Ed Orgeron opened his mouth last time they were here. We can't say on air what he said last time they were here, but Ed Orgeron opened his mouth last time he was here, and I think Alabama's going to come in. They're going to dominate. It's not going to be close. I mean, it ain't even going to be close. LSU's not good. Alabama is actually pretty dang good. I think Bama's going to win this one by 4 touchdowns.
Wow. I agree with Clacker. LSU isn't what the LSU it used to be. And I think Alabama's going to have their way with them on the field. Real dirty.
Well, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. If Rafael says it, he means it.
It's almost true.
Well, we don't got Clemson Tom here, but we do have to talk a little bit about Clemson. Clemson beat Florida State. I'm sure there was about 5 or 10 people watching. But now they're going to go up against Louisville. I actually think Louisville can actually beat Clemson. What do y'all think?
Like Rocky said, as long as you got 2 hands, you got a shot.
Clacker?
I think they can beat them. Clemson's not good.
That's it.
I mean,
That's it.
I mean that's it in a nutshell. I really don't keep up with the relevant team, so I don't keep up with Clemson that much.
Oh.
But Clemson's not that good.
Clacker's on fire.
You talking a lot of trash when Clemson Tom ain't here. If Clemson Tom was here, would you be talking this shit?
I mean, why not? I mean, you know, he would just. I mean, yeah, why not?
I got a feeling Clemson Tom's going to have to come after you now.
I mean,
you crossed the line.
He didn't like being told he was wrong the other night. So I mean, we'll see how he responds to being told he's wrong.
Let's get into this. I wasn't there. What happened? This by the way, the CTS Stingray. We usually a 33 show. We usually do a thing on Twitter. What's it called? A conference? What's it called, Clacker?
Twitter Space. Yeah, we did a Twitter Space the other night. Me and Stingray started it, and I think Clemson Tom finally jumped in after about 30 minutes. No, you know, I kind of missed part of it.
What happened? I wasn't there.
I missed part of it, but I just know that Clemson Tom was, you know, going all off about why he wouldn't take players from the state of California, like recruiting wise. But again, the highest winner is probably going to be from California, so we won't let facts get in our way, but I guess he will.
Okay. Well,
Clemson Tom.
I think Clemson Tom just did something to your internet because you froze up. I think
Yeah.
Clemson Tom's listening to what you said.
Must be. That's the only way he can. That's the only way he can stop me.
Oh, okay. Clemson Tom.
The guns have been drawn.
Oh,
By the way, kind of to change the subject, they are actually giving the playoff standings now. So very interesting to see where Alabama falls.
Huh?
All right, we're live on 3rd and 3. We got my main man, Corey Crawford from the Clemson Tigers. He was a starting defensive end 2013, 2014. 155 tackles. 25 and a half tackles for a loss. 6 sacks. 1 interception. 34 quarterback pressures. 8 pass breakup. 2 calls for fumble. 2 recovered for touchdown. Number 90, I think it's 93 in the program. I don't remember. He came at you. You couldn't even see him coming. The ladies at Clemson still talk about him. He was a fan favorite at Dabo's Ladies Clinic. We can't get into that right now, Corey. But to say that you were going to go down as one of the best defensive ends Clemson had, you were pretty much started the whole D-line U when it came to Clemson, what Venables had for us, and kind of what's just continued along. Dude, it's great to finally have you on the show. Welcome to 3rd and 3, brother. How are you?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, no worries. So, from what I'm hearing, you're playing in the Arena League. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm playing a little arena ball, trying something a little different. It's been pretty good for me. Still trying to get a little stint in the NFL, but this year I turned 30, so the time ticking on that.
Well, just keep chasing after it, brother. It's something that could happen in a blink of an eye. Now I played a very, very small role with the Tampa Bay Storm years ago, and I'm just glad you weren't on the defense when I was catching slot passes from Garcia coming across the middle, because meeting you in the middle is not something I would be looking forward to do. I kind of want to dive in a little bit how Clemson, the old Clemson defense, man, we were, even now, we're still just mean as hell. Now, did you play with Spencer? Spencer Shuey?
Spencer Shuey, yep. Shuey,
okay, and then your time also crossed over with Ben Boulware too, right?
Yep, yes, sir.
Now, the two of those, in my book, were almost mirror images of each other. And it seems to be like a middle linebacker for Clemson has kind of been like almost a go-to for us. Besides a nasty defensive line, we always got that the middle linebacker. Now, was there a huge difference between Shuey's I felt like Shuey wanted to hit you and almost kill you, and Ben Boulware wanted to hit you, kill you, and then talk trash to you. Wait, on the field, was there a big difference between the two?
Well, like playing wise, both of them were hard hitting, blue collar, hit you in the mouth. I think Shuey was more quiet than what Ben was. Ben was a madman, man. I loved it though, Ben brought a lot of energy to when he came in the game, He sat behind Stephon and Shuey, so, he had some great people in front of him to help him become the best linebacker that he is. I think both of them bring about the same thing.
I got you.
I'm sorry I'm moving so much. I'm trying to.
No, you're good.
To catch my phone before it dies.
No worries, man. Now, what is it about Brent Venables on his defensive schemes that always seems to have Clemson in the right place at the right time, as well as just always having a top-ranked defense? What do you think that he's bringing to the table that other defensive coordinators, just for some reason haven't been able to pick up or just haven't been able to duplicate?
Intensity. Coach Venables, every day in practice that I can remember when I was there, he brought a lot of intensity. It was never a time it was a fall off on it. You know what I'm saying? He came with the same energy every day. So, he kind of instilled in us that, in order to play in that defense that he has, it's basically about effort and intensity. There's nothing really hard about it. It's just, get after it. That's the main thing. And I think that's what he brought to Clemson because, at first he would, especially me and a couple other guys, he used to call us soft. And like he really changed the culture, changed the culture around them for real.
There was nothing soft about you, Corey.
Do what?
I said there was nothing soft about Corey. That was a beast.
Oh,
You know he
yeah,
was a
fact.
beast, right? I'm not. I mean, I didn't mean to interrupt Clemson talk. This is Clemson Tom's moment. That we got Clemson play on here, but I remember you playing. I remember
Yeah.
the 2013 Georgia game. You was a beast. I mean, I remember you intercepting the ball in the
Fact.
second quarter. I remember you sacking for somebody recovered a fumble. I remember Georgia was supposed to win that
Yep.
game, but y'all upsetted them.
Yeah,
But go ahead,
fact.
Clemson.
That
Go ahead,
does
CT.
definitely go down as one of the. I was at that game. I mean, that was the hype, or that was the peak of my YouTube videos and all that stuff going in there. And that was one of the most hyped up games ever. And I know when we were coming down the hill, I mean, they kind of met you guys at the bottom. What was the trash talk like on the field that night? Because I'm sure it was just insane.
Oh, it was epic. It was epic, man. You know, it was a lot of guys on that team on the Georgia team that, you know, we knew from, you know, camps in high school and play AAU basketball and things of that nature. So, you know, playing against each other was just, you know, we got to talk junk all summer to each other, and to actually get out there and do it was pretty epic, man. Some of the stuff you would have heard out there was probably you would have heard a couple people feeling.
What was it like tackling Todd Gurley?
Tough. It was rough. It wasn't nothing easy. It wasn't no easy job, but you know, the whole summer it was, you know, preaching hit and wrap up. You know, don't be trying to make the hit stick tackle on him so he'll bounce off and keep going. So, you know, we just made for sure tackles on him.
No, I got you. Now, I don't know what team you hated playing against, but I absolutely despise the Gamecocks more than probably anybody out there. What are those rivalry games like on the field? I mean, do you guys hate each other as bad as the fans hate each other? And I mean, I hated Spurrier trash talking Dabo half the time, and the fans, you know, taking pictures with Dabo, dropping the 5 bomb. And I mean, if I had a wish, it would just give me one more game to suit up. Like, let me just catch. I mean, I hated Mike Davis at running back, man. Him and I got into it on Twitter one time. So I kind of Spurrier. He was like, "You have problems." So I'm like, "You'd probably run me over, man, but I just want one shot at you." They're fans more than anything.
South Carolina. Oh, facts. Yeah, the South Carolina game. Yeah, that was. I feel like it was the most intense game that we all had all year, from the fans, the students, coaches, you know, players. You know what I'm saying? Players, you know, we took it at each other out there on the field, but we never was like, you know, disrespectful towards each other. And during, you know, off the field type things. You know what I'm saying? But on the field, it was all go. But yeah, that was the most. I had to say it was the most intense for me, and especially coming out of high school. Connor Shaw put me out of the high school playoffs.
Did you?
Ever since. So since 2010 to the day he left South Carolina, you know, he done beat me. And I still dream about that.
He would. I can never forget. It was the night game. They dropped back Connors and shotgun. They sent everybody deep, and I'm yelling at the TV. He's giving them 10 yards, and he's going to scramble. And I don't know why we could not stop that. And that was the game I felt we should have won. I mean, you got Sammy dropping back, throwing a ball. I'm like, what are you doing? You know, Adam takes the punt off the shoulder. That never happens. Now Adam's leading the Redskins in receptions. I mean, it felt like just something. It was just something in Columbia. We couldn't beat them. Now we own the rivalry again. We're back on top.
Right.
Leading up to those big games, those big rivalry games, or even just, you know, a big game that week. What do they do? What do the coaches kind of do differently for you guys? You know, leading up, is there a different vibe in the locker room? Is there just a little bit more chit chat about it, or are you kind of prep for Wake Forest the same as you prep for Georgia?
Well, when I was there, and I'm pretty sure the same thing, Coach Sweeney used to say we play nameless faceless opponents. So everybody we played against, you know, we put in the same amount of time, same amount of effort. You know, however, you know, you're gonna be a little more excited about practicing for the Florida State game, for the Georgia game, and things of that nature. But I don't really think that we gave anybody else any more special attention than the other because any given Saturday you could have got beat no matter who you were playing. So that's something Coach Sweeney tried to keep us in line with. Don't try to not give us the big head. Just keep going, keep working, and take everybody the same.
No, I definitely got it.
I'll be reminiscent to say that me and you're from the same area. I don't live there no more, but I'm from Phoenix City. You're from Columbus, Georgia. You played at Carver High School during the time Carver was literally on ESPN. Carver was the high school in that area. What was it like playing for Carver High School, and what was the atmosphere like knowing that the whole country was looking at you?
I love Carver, man. To this day, I feel like back then, the culture was just to be great. Coach McGee had a great system. Now he's actually the running back coach at Georgia now. He was the head coach back then. But the stuff he instilled in us was about the same as Coach Sweeney. Come to work every day. But really and truly, we had so many guys on our team that played for us, like Jarvis Jones. He was a great linebacker at Georgia. LaRon Fur. It was a lot of other guys. So any given day, your spot could have got took. Coming there, half stepping and stuff like that. So, it's basically we just pushed each other, man. Pushed each other, try to be the best we could be. We about know who we're going to, continue on to play in college, this, that, and the third. So, we all, just try to help each other to try to get to our goals, this, that, and the third. It was a real brotherhood type thing back then. So, I feel like that was a big thing for us, family atmosphere, just like Clemson.
During the recruitment time, I'm sure Auburn, Alabama, Jacksonville State, Troy, Tuskegee, Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Alabama University, Birmingham. I'm sure all these schools, plus all the SEC schools in the area, was looking at you. What was it about Clemson that took you? Besides the money.
Like I said, I wish. I wish. But,
you like how the Alabama guy throws in that. Meanwhile, Alabama looks like a Dodge dealership at their athletic department.
But now they can do that though. Back then, couldn't really do it for us.
You don't have to say no secret. Hey, this is keep the secrets to yourself. Well, anyway, what sold Clemson to you?
But the family atmosphere, like I just said, and Coach Sweeney was more on, developing men, instead of just football players. And, at first, my mom, she was the main thing about my whole recruitment. That's what sold her. So, what I'm saying? She was happy with it. I was happy with it. And then Clemson was just a great place to be in. Also, I had an opportunity to come in and get early playing time as a freshman, playing behind Andre Branch. So, all that had something to do with it. And then it wasn't too far from Columbus, like a 3.5-hour drive. So, I just love Clemson. It was between them and Georgia, my last two schools. And, Clemson just, they did it over the top for me, man.
Well, you're back in Columbus, Georgia. You playing with the Columbus Lions, right?
Yep.
So,
I've been playing the deep.
Go ahead. You've been playing what?
Oh no, I was saying I've been playing defensive line, and I also play the fullback position.
Yeah.
This past year I had 12 touchdowns.
Nice. When I visit Columbus, I always catch me at Columbus Lions game because I love arena football. I actually to make some extra money. I sold footballs. One of the biggest questions I want to know, you played weak side. What was it like playing opposite of Vic Beasley?
You better get to the quarterback before he does. I loved it, man. That's real though. You know, he was so much faster and quicker than everybody. And his moves was, you know, he had moves that accomplished that, you know, came with his speed. So I love playing with Vic. I learned a lot from Vic. Vic don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? I might have been playing the position longer, but taught me a lot of things. And I love playing with Vic. A lot of folks say, you know, he took the spotlight, this, that, and the third. I mean, if that's how you feel about it, okay. But I feel like he helped me. You know what I'm saying? He helped me a lot. So I loved him. You know, he brought the speed. I brought the power. It was good. You know, difference in that. And you know, two Georgia boys going at it together.
Well, before I let you go, myself and Clemson Tom have to ask this. What do you see Clemson need? What do you think Clemson needs to do this season and the upcoming season to become that powerhouse team that we've seen in the past? Back when you were playing, back in 2016, 17, 18, 19, etc. Clemson was the team. Besides Alabama, of course, but there's Alabama and then there was Clemson in the last decade. So, what do you think it needs to happen for Clemson to get back on top?
Well, I keep recruiting how we've been recruiting, and just everybody just buy in. You know what I'm saying? Not really saying that they're not, but like there's a lot of offensive line play that you could look at. Everybody just need to gain their confidence back for this season. To me, I feel like DJ is just he kind of lost his confidence in that first game, and after that he ain't been able to rally back. But I think DJ is a good player. He's just the sophomore slump. That's all he's going through right now. And I feel like next year he come back with the mindset, so that we're going to win, that, and it goes through him, we're going to be okay. Offensive line, everybody just stay all in. Don't lose focus on, the big picture at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Right, well, hey, do you still bump We Too Deep?
Oh yeah, man. That's crazy you said that. I was playing that for a coworker the other day.
That was the best,
we
man.
We had whole songs and stuff. Yeah, that was the best.
I know. I don't know if they still play the games. I haven't been to games in a few years. I'm actually going up in a few weeks to go visit some family and check out a game. But I mean, I still bump it to this day. We Too Deep 1 and Part 2. It's part of my.
And 2, yeah, man.
You can't get used to that, man.
Yeah.
I
can real fast before we let you go. Right. Clemson Tom is our barbecue connoisseur. We need to tell him about. We got to tell him about back in the day, Thornton's, Chester's, 13th Street Barbecue, Country's Barbecue. We got to fill them in a little bit to see. This is our hometown. This is our barbecue. We need to go fill them in a little bit.
Yeah, man. You won't be disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. Now,
Smoky Pig.
Oh yeah, it's a couple of them now. Chester's and Country's Barbecue. They pretty good too. But Smoking Pig. Yeah. Smoking Pig used to go crazy.
Smoking Pig, their brisket is the best. They have the best brisket this side of the Mississippi.
And don't forget Hog Rock on the 280 bypass in Phoenix City. You can skip Mike and Ed's. That sucked. I always, but 13th Street Barbecue. Thornton's closed down. That was in Clements. But Chester's, that always got mentioned on Steve Harvey's morning show. Ladies and gentlemen, this is probably the 6th, 7th time we try to do this close. Corey's losing signal, but I'm telling you right now, this has been exciting. We got one of the best defensive ends ever to play at Clemson. Clemson Tom was excited about it. I'm excited about it. I hope we get him back. Corey, we love you, man. And I hope we talk to you again. I know you can't hear me, but damn it, we love you.
We Too Deep.
All right, cut. I know you can't hear me. Well, that was a fun interview. You
Yep.
know, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Corey Crawford was one of the guys that people feared when you got on the field. I remember watching him at Clemson, and I was literally scared for the offensive lineman because Corey was going to bring it. And you know, not only that was he a menace on the field, but he's a class act as a human being. And I thank him for taking the time to talk to us. But now it's time for the games of the week. What games we're looking forward to? Clacker, what game you looking forward to, man?
I'm looking forward to watching Alabama beat LSU. I mean, plain and simple. I'm looking forward to Bama beating LSU this week. I'll be there. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. All right, Rafael, are you going to watch any college football?
I'm kind of going with Texas A&M over Auburn because everybody hates Auburn, right, Joseph?
Yeah.
But mostly you.
I'm sure Sanchez will like that. Well, I'm with Clacker. I'm taking LSU and Alabama, and of course, I want to see Alabama send Coach O with a big LOSE, and I'm sure that's it. That's it. That's all I care about right there. I mean, what else is it to watch? Cincinnati and Tulsa. I mean,
I want to give a special shout out to all the escorts who Coach Freeze called, and are probably going through tough times during the pandemic. Me and Joseph would like to extend our deepest and warmest apologies.
Yeah. Thank you, Rafael. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been an episode of 3rd and 3. Clemson Tom and Stingray will be back next week. Clacker, before we go, you got anything you want to plug, man?
I don't have anything. I'm just ready for football this weekend. Ready for football this weekend. Ready to actually have a show that Clemson Tom will come on, so I can, tell him some facts. But that may be a while. But looking forward to the show. He'll come on. I can show him some facts about recruiting in California and about Clemson. But we'll see when that happens.
You know, Clemson Tom says he know how to fight. So I hope you.
We'll see.
I hope he doesn't go to Tuscaloosa and find you.
We'll see.
Rafael, what the Jets going to do this weekend?
Well, they're playing on Thursday, Joseph, and they're winning. Did you see Mike White? Huh? Did you see that?
Did they beat the Falcons? Did they beat the Falcons?
Let's talk the future. You keep thinking about the past, Joseph.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was an episode of 3rd and 3. I already missed my co-host, Stingray Clemson Tom. I'll see you next week. Everybody watching, thank you. And Rafael Clacker, catch y'all next time.
All right.
Good night.